CTV News with Jackie Scantlebury.
Good afternoon. The lawyer for a Lethbridge man accused of killing another man with a 2x4 says the case may be resolved next week. In October, police found the body of 47-year-old Christopher Ballandine in a North End home. Police say he had been beaten to death with a 2x4. Carrie Zeller is charged with second-degree murder. His lawyer, Ingrid Hess, told court this morning that she's hoping to resolve the case at his next court appearance that's scheduled for December 20th. Meanwhile, the co-accused, 52-year-old Terry Bissonette, pleaded guilty to manslaughter at his last court appearance. He's scheduled to be sentenced in February. A Mexican man accused of gunning down an associate in a drug dispute appeared briefly in court today in Lethbridge. 29-year-old Luis Ochoa Gomez appeared via closed-circuit television. He's charged with second-degree murder in the shooting death of 24-year-old Mauro Hernandez Renteria. Renteria was gunned down in the town of Shaughnessy, north of Lethbridge, in October of 2010. Ochoa Gomez is being represented also by defense lawyer Ingrid Hess. Hess told court today that she hopes to schedule a date for a preliminary hearing at his next court appearance, and that's slated for next Tuesday. Well, we now know more details about the man killed in a multi-vehicle crash on Highway 3. The accident happened around 11 o'clock yesterday morning. It was at the intersection of Highway 3 and Highway 509 to the Blood Reserve. RCMP say the roads were icy and fog was thick, making it hard for drivers to see. A semi was turning onto Highway 509 from Highway 3 northbound when an SUV hit the front end and then spun into the ditch. A second semi collided with the back end of the trailer, and the driver of the SUV was standing outside his vehicle when he was hit by a transport truck that had veered off the icy highway to avoid crashing into the rigs that were scattered through the intersection. The victim is a 52-year-old man from Airdrie. His name has not been released. Lethbridge Regional Police say there will be a public education campaign before they begin enforcing the new drinking and driving laws. The law doesn't go into effect until early next year after it's given royal assent by the Alberta government. But as Terry Vogt tells us, it may be having an impact already by generating debate and raising awareness about impaired driving.
Hi there, how are you? Good, Alberta check stop. Okay. Any liquor in the vehicle this evening? If you had anything to drink?
Alberta's new law doesn't go into effect until sometime in the new year, but police say it's already raising awareness about drinking and driving, and they see that as a good thing heading into the holidays.
You know, that .05 to .08 is a dangerous place to be in when you're operating a motor vehicle, and lots of the studies have shown that. So yeah, we are happy for that to be there. We're happy it drives home a message. And if people are out drinking and they take more taxis or use Red Nose or get a friend to drive, that's better for everybody then.
Police say the new law won't change the way they do business. Drivers are currently subject to a 24-hour suspension if they blow between .05 and .08. Under the tougher rules, that'll jump to a 3-day suspension and increase with each conviction. There will also be stiffer penalties for those convicted of driving over .08.
I think anything to keep drunk driving off the road or deter people from, you know, having that last drink or one drink before they go out would be a good idea.
I don't know that laws are going to stop people from getting in the vehicle in the first place. And yeah, it's sad because I don't want them to experience a tragedy in order for that to hit home and be a wake-up call for them.
I've had people in the cabs already talking about it, and it's on their minds, and I think it's a really good thing.
Taxi driver Reed Bonnatu says he expects the new law to be good for business, although not everyone is happy about it. There are some who suggest the new drinking and driving law goes too far. The drivers are being presumed guilty and being subjected to fines or having their car impounded even before they go to court. But police don't see it that way. Because
we will be capturing evidence on the roadside that shows that you're over .05, which is showing that you're at that threshold where you shouldn't be driving.
Police say driving is a privilege, and the new law should make it safer for everyone using the streets and highways. Terry Vogt, CTV News, Lethbridge.
Dory Rossiter is here with our first check on the forecast. And Dory, chilliest day of the week tomorrow, but then we start to climb up.
We really do. We've got a cold front coming through, well, probably mid-afternoon for us tomorrow, and then taking us into the overnight hours into Thursday. So we'll have our daytime high early tomorrow and then cool down into the minus double digits. But after that, you're right, we are going to be warming up for the weekend. Positive numbers are on the way. Stay tuned. I'll have the 5-day forecast.
Thanks, Dory. And some positive numbers are good news for a local boy who's come up with a plan to help his neighbors and kids who are in the hospital. Alicia Fieldberg met the 12-year-old when he showed up on her doorstep.
12-year-old Ado Bursa is scraping up some extra cash for the holidays. He's going door to door in his neighborhood, offering to clear sidewalks for a small price.
If you can give me like $5 or $6 or $4. To shovel your snow.
He plans to use the cash to buy Christmas presents, but not for himself or anyone he knows. He wants the money to go towards gifts for kids who have to spend the holidays in the hospital.
I got this idea because I seen some people on TV like sick, needing like money for charity, so I'm planning to help them out to make a couple $100.
Ado and his family moved to Canada from Bosnia in 2007. They don't celebrate Christmas, but want to give back to the community they now call home.
Mom says thank you for the Immigration Services family because they helped us a lot this whole life that we had in Canada.
With a small shovel and a big heart, Ado has already cleared 17 sidewalks and plans to continue shoveling during his evenings and weekends.
I'm trying to do my best to get a lot of money to the charity. It's great for me to help out people because I love helping out people.
Alicia Fieldberg, CTV News, Lethbridge.
Way to go, Ado. He's already raised more than $200. Lethbridge food banks are stocking their shelves thanks to a local Christmas production. This morning, the Evangelical Free Church handed over a check for $28,000 to the Interfaith and Lethbridge food banks. The money was raised during the church's annual Christmas production. The Heaven on Earth play ran 6 times between December 2nd and 4th. And after each show, organizers collected donations for the food banks. About 5,000 people donated the $28,000.
You know, this time of year is the time that we are spending the very most money as we are purchasing extra things for Christmas time that we don't normally purchase through the year, like turkeys and hams and stuffing and cranberry sauce. So a collection of this size is really just a very welcome gift for us.
Food banks do a really important work here in Lethbridge. They definitely are needed, and they're filling a vital role in the community that we feel as a church we not only want to support, but we want to encourage other people to support.
Over the past 5 years, over $100,000 has been raised for the food banks. Well, the city of Lethbridge is receiving top marks in a national competition. Communities in Bloom judges are giving the city 5 Blooms this year. The Canadian organization awards Blooms raised on civic pride, environmental responsibility, and beautification through community involvement. The Ottawa area judges visited the city in August to evaluate how Lethbridge stacks up. 5 Blooms is the highest a city can receive.
We've been involved in this program since it started in 1985, and each year we score very high. And so the judges are impressed with, compared to other comparable cities across the country, we score very well in quality of life issues, things that matter to residents. We've done well, and I think we've got reason to celebrate and be proud of where we live.
Lethbridge received top scores in a number of areas, including tidiness, heritage conservation, urban forestry, landscape, floral displays, and community involvement. Well, for the agriculture industry, winter is a time when the focus shifts from the field to the meeting room. It's a time for networking and learning about the latest opportunities and challenges facing the industry at events like the Farming Smarter Conference. We have more in tonight's report from Farm.tv.
The 2011 Farming Smarter Conference and Trade Show was held for 2 days in early December. The conference brought together a diverse and interesting group of presenters and attracted over 250 producers, agrologists, and other agriculture professionals.
We try to bring in different speakers, different thoughts, different ideas, so that you're exposed to a whole bunch of things that are going on both locally and around North America and even sometimes the world.
It's really important in terms of making agronomic decisions for the following year. We've got scientists here talking about, from both the U.S. and Canada, talking about what they've seen as far as insects, disease, benefits of crop rotation, so a lot of different current issues.
The other big opportunity that we have is just the networking opportunities that people can get together and talk about what issues they're facing, talk about what was presented even further, and hopefully progress things.
Farm TV is brought to you by DA Building Systems.
Well, you know those loud commercials on your television? They're about to leave quietly. Today, the Federal Communications Commission passed regulations requiring commercials to maintain the constant volume levels as the programs that they interrupt. While the limit is something thousands of viewers have waited to hear, some program providers oppose the idea. President Obama signed a measure into law last year, giving the FCC authority to address the problem. And if you haven't heard yet, you can now check out all of our news, weather and sports online. We're on Facebook at Lethbridge, CTV Lethbridge. But you don't have to have Facebook to be able to watch. You can just type in CTV Lethbridge and Facebook into your search engine like Google, and then you can watch our shows. Check us out. On the markets today, a lot of down arrows. Here are the closing numbers.